out of it.
I don't know, man. I don't understand his whole approach with this Jesus stuff. Like, I kind of feel like it's a money grab from him.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand.
That's where the money's at.
You think he's gonna grow out of it?
I don't know. It's when he came here to Detroit, his stuff sold out instantly.
Oh yeah, when he did that free show.
Instantly,
I
like,
was down in Detroit that day, bro. There was people lined out.
Right, and he did a limited edition merch drop online, and he was selling a damn crew neck for like $200.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the By Popular Demand podcast. We are here. I am your host, Wyatt Banashewski, with some of my dearest friends.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all may know them. We got, C. Tibbs. We call her Tibbalicious. We call her,
stripper.
Sounds like, we got Jaren, who we call Jer Bear the Care Bear.
No, we definitely don't call me that.
Yeah, we got it. I know you got some females that call you that.
I don't know about that one.
Oh, we're gonna have to make a few guest phone calls this episode. We might have to get our first episode started off right. We might get this joint started off right.
We're making calls for me. We meant to make some calls for you.
Me? There's not very many calls you make for me. All jokes aside, welcome. This is episode number 1. Like I said before,
Glad to be here.
yes, absolutely. This
a while, but
it did. We're gonna start out, for all the people listening, we're gonna start out just with audio. And as time progresses, we are going to build in visuals and stuff similar to that. But it's a process, and we just wanted to get this thing started. Get it started before 2020. This is something I've told these two from the rip that I wanted to be my New Year's resolution. I wanted to start a business. I wanted to get something going. So we're dropping this. Once you hear this, it will be on New Year's Eve, December 31st. That's a Tuesday. We're going to drop episodes, though, every Wednesday. So we're giving you guys something a little bit early.
New Year's present.
Yeah, before y'all go get fucked up. So, hey, be safe.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to my brothers. But where do y'all want to start? Where do y'all want to start when we talk about music for 2019?
How about a recap and your opinion on the year?
Recap?
Overall,
In my opinion, I thought it was a very bad year for music.
I did too.
It was a very bad year.
I wouldn't say very bad.
It wasn't anywhere near good, though.
I will never say it's very bad because there's constantly thousands and thousands of songs being produced and released every day. Just the way music can drop. But we didn't have any of our heavy hitters release really any music this year at all.
Not really.
Rick Ross.
I don't know if I wouldn't put him in that category
I
though.
wouldn't either.
I wouldn't. I love Rick Ross. I don't think we didn't get a Meek album this year. We got Meek late 2018.
Yeah, that's true. R.I.P. Juice WRLD.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people listening want to hear that. R.I.P. Juice WRLD. That was a very tragic.
Can we was Juice WRLD though? On.
It was, if you're talking about kind of like next generation, you know how it's all these new music coming out and new people. I think he was definitely one that spoke for a lot of people. Like he was up there.
But that's something that talks about our generation because all he talked about was getting cheated on and taking
Type
drugs.
shit.
Taking perks.
And it's kind of a scary thought because a lot of these artists that are dying, they're telling us what is going to pretty much happen to them in their music. I kind of feel like.
Kind of a cry for help.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with, Lil Peep.
Yeah.
A lot of his music was like that.
And
he got KO'd.
Can I ask y'all this when it comes to Juice WRLD? Who do you think had more power with the listeners? Was it Juice WRLD or was it Triple X?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I feel like those two, for the new generation, those were kind of, and I'm not you know, I'm not crazy about this new music that's out.
I know, I'm hip to that.
I'm not.
I hear it every time I bring it up.
Yeah, but I will respect that they have a huge following and that the people that fuck with their music will ride for them. I mean, you look at when their streaming numbers come out, it's ridiculous. You know.
Oh yeah, numbers don't lie.
But what artists do you think have more impact? I'll start with you, Tibbs.
That's honestly kind of hard because both of them related to our generation, like on that depressed shit.
But I'm talking about if you're telling me you got to take one of them,
I
though.
prefer X.
I would take X too.
Really?
I think X is more.
I feel like X had
diverse.
What do you mean? As
I think if you look at his career stretched out, he came in starting.
He had like the most
screaming. He wasn't really doing anything, and then on one of the albums, I don't know what one it was, but he was singing in fucking Spanish. And he had some Spanish shit on there. And I was like, damn, like this kid's really talented. Yeah. He did so much, and he was starting to do it very well.
I think he had the biggest growth out of both of them because Juice WRLD always kind of had the same type of flow, the same type of, he's always singing and everything. And X he started off with the mic down his throat screaming.
Right.
And then next thing you know, he's producing some really great quality songs and
right. Yeah, but rest in peace to all the other people we lost this year. Nip was a hard one for me.
Yeah,
that's more kind of
because there's video for that and
right.
Yeah,
Nip was a hard one for me. Just his impact on everything. And I feel like he was just about to really take off.
Yeah,
like he wasn't at the status where these other two gentlemen were at, but Nip was, I think, a year away from being regarded in that top echelon of artist. Yeah. In my opinion, lyrically, he was there. But a lot of people didn't fuck with him like that until they heard he died. It's one of those situations where more people listen to him when he dies.
That's kind of how I was. I heard a few songs by him that I liked, but I never dove deep into his music like that. But
I put you hip to Nip on that Grand Valley trip.
I liked his new album.
Oh yeah.
That last time I checked, that song was great.
Yeah. His intro on that is nuts too. So let's even though we've had a rather slow year for music, let's talk about our album of the year. And by album of the year, I mean anything goes. You can pick whatever you feel like is at that number one spot for you. And I will send it over to Tibble first, and I'll let you make your case.
Oh, you pick me because I got the sheet out, huh? Prepared, bro. Alright, I said Jesus is King by Ye.
Okay,
you might want to explain yourself.
Yeah, you got a deep dive. You got to really pod with me because I don't know what the hell, why.
Yeah, I don't think I can agree on that.
I think that was a pivotal moment. I mean, y'all think it's like profitable move, which I could understand with like the turtleneck. I didn't even know about that until you said that. But
I need that Gold Digger Kanye back.
Well, I think there was a few joints on there that were super hard, but when you're talking album of the year, just the layout and the whole kind of push out for that album, it didn't do it for me. I like how Kanye does do stuff different, and by no means am I just saying everything he's doing for a money grab, but that is kind of how it looks on the outside. And
I feel like music's starting to kind of be like that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's kind of like that with everything. Movies, TV shows, music.
Right.
Because if it's going to pull in money, you're going to want to do it. But
right.
I respect the people that, don't go in that direction. But, it's...
Even if you listen to his old shit, he still brings up God.
Jaron, I'm ready for this.
Well, I don't know if I can give you one album.
You gotta give me one. I'm saying if you could throw away everything from 2019 except one project, what would it be?
Man, that's a tough one. Give me yours, and then I'll give you mine. I want to hear
Mine is pretty easy, and I think this is the only heavy hitter that really dropped this year. Chris Brown, Indigo, and I know it may be more poppy and more R&B, and I'm not generally a fan of Chris Brown putting 30 fucking songs on an album. Chris got at least 15 on there. So if that 15 right there, if you just don't download the other 30 motherfuckers, that's an album. Even if you pick 12, that's an album. He's got records on. He had the Song of the Summer with No Guidance. That was the Song of the Summer. That record with Gunna, Heat. That was another banger played all throughout the summer. And then if you're looking at the intro he had to the album was fire, and he had others on there that was absolutely ridiculously hard. So for me, it's Chris Brown, but I do think we need to bring. I think Rick Ross had a great album. I think Wale had one of his better projects in a long time, and I definitely think Summer Walker's up next. But that's kind of just some honorable mentions of people who I think put out dope projects this year. Chris Brown is easily number one for me.
I think number one for me definitely would be the new Kevin Gates album.
Okay.
I thought it had a lot of there wasn't really any bad songs on it. I mean, I don't know if you listened to it or not, but
I scrolled through it. I
don't know, from him going to jail for like 2 years for booting that girl in the temple with I think he had a really good comeback, and that album's very good. I don't think there's any features on it either.
Right.
That's the biggest thing is he did it with no features.
Right.
To me, is if you drop an album like that with no features, that's just not a lot of people are doing that nowadays.
Right.
Yeah, no features on it. I think the best song on it was "By My Lonely," when he did that kind of tribute song to Speaker Knockers.
Yeah, I couldn't.
That song was dope.
I couldn't really. That song really wasn't for me. But that's a real diverse list going from Kanye, Chris Brown, to Kevin Gates.
That's how you can see our.
Yeah,
I would say Lil Peep, but I don't want to be biased.
That
here,
would be
you can see
a rough day in hell.
Differential in music taste.
All right, so now we want to get into a few other categories. Well, before I do that, anyone listen to the new Travis Scott that came out?
I listened to one song and I turned that junk off.
I'm gonna probably listen to it later. You listen to it too?
I'll listen to it later.
Yeah, I haven't.
Everyone's gonna hate on me for that, but I don't know. I like the old Travis Scott better. His music, I'm not saying it's bad, but
Astroworld was nuts.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just I feel like it's like almost like too mainstream. Like it tries to give that appeal of, you know what I mean?
But I think he does a very good job of meshing mainstream with what his hardcore fans like and following, and finding the perfect balance between the two. I think he might be the best in the game at doing that.
That's fair.
He might. So let's get into what artist this year came to your attention that you didn't really know about. So we'll call this one the Rookie of the Year. Who is your Rookie of the Year? And by this, I mean, it could be somebody that's been putting out music for 2-3 years, but you heard of them this year. They're new to you this year, and...
Oh, I got this one in the bag.
All right, then you start us off then.
NLE Choppa.
That's a good pick.
This is the year he finally took off.
That's a good pick.
I think his new album drops like right after New Year's. He's got like Lil Baby on it. He's got a couple other few big artists, and yeah, I've heard a lot of snippets from it. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, you put me hip to him.
That Shot of Flow series that he's got going. The first one was insanely big. He had Blueface on the remix.
Yeah, that one was hard.
He drops 2 and 3 within like 3 months. And then on his next album, he's got 4 and 5. But I think 4 and 5's it.
But do you think that artist is somebody we are going to talk about 5 years from now? Because I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
I think that's a good pick for Rookie of the Year. I think he should be in the conversation.
I feel like, because he's got some kind of stuff where he's like, like singing and just kind of like some very, he's got like I don't know, it's hard to explain, but he's got a lot of different kind of.
He's diverse. I'm with you,
than
but
him, just yelling and.
But is he
throwing
different?
verbs in
But
his mouth.
that's what we were talking about with X. Like you got to if you can. Everyone is diverse in something, but
Yeah.
if you're not talented in what you're diverse in, if you're only really talented in one of those aspects and you're average in the other four, you're out of here. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
probably not gonna last long in mainstream kind of view, but.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with NLE Choppa for Rookie of the Year, for me at least.
That's a good pick. I'm gonna go with Meg Thee Stallion. I think that y'all laughing, but her shit is hard.
I don't
Jared.
mind
Her shit is
I don't
hard.
mind it. I don't mind it. That song Reeler is
I
crazy.
mess- Megan.
Her shit's hard, and I think she's gonna be the new queen of rap for the next 5 years, and that's kind of what I'm basing this pick off of. I know DaBaby's put out a lot of music before this, but I was kind of thinking about him,
He's been
maybe.
dropping music, like,
But I feel like maybe that could have been last year for him. But I think it's Meg Thee Stallion. I think she hasn't even dropped an official album yet. I
Well,
think we got that coming next year, this upcoming year. So I
I thought Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
she had that one album.
that wasn't an album. That was like a mixtape or something.
Oh.
Yeah, she
There-
always
there was
posting.
There was like 15 songs. on
Yeah,
it.
she's always posting like I haven't dropped my official album. Da 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 da. So I think it's Meg Thee Stallion, and there's not many people I think NLG Chop is a good one. I think you got to talk about Blueface. I think you got to, and you could. I was really going between Meg and DaBaby, but I feel like DaBaby had more really hard music in the past. Where, like I said before, I think 2018 for him, he could have been considered more of a Rookie of the Year candidate. Yeah, so for me, it's Meg. She had 2 crazy songs throughout the summer. She had Big Ol' Freak and that Cash It record with DaBaby. And then she dropped Hot Girl Summer with Nicki at the end of the summer. And then now she got all the girls twerking to that Ride or Die song through the fall and winter. So it's like she's been going since April and dropping hit after hit. So yeah, that's mine. Tips, round us out.
Lil Nas X.
Oh my fucking god.
Get the fuck out
Yo,
of here.
he not.
That album was
I
garbage.
might as well walk out the room.
Yeah, what the fuck?
First of all, he started off in the beginning of the year. He was in his friend's living room, sleeping on the couch.
Oh, she had the biggest
And look
come
at
up
him now.
of the year. I don't think
I don't know.
Rookie of the Year.
Lizzo had her ass had the biggest come.
I don't know.
I'm just being.
Old Town Road, all spring break. That
With
shit was
the
on
40
replay.
I mean, good for
Everybody
him,
was
but that shit is trash. That song is as high as it is because all the little kids were doing their Fortnite dances to it. I don't think you put that song in the club or something and people go crazy to it. I don't.
I'm not about it. I don't like it. It's
I
not
mess
like
with it.
it wasn't bad, but it's not something I'm playing in the car, driving around. I
Right.
don't know about you.
When we talk about, or when it comes to music that didn't really pan out for us, disappointments,
That's a good word for it.
or even better, who was the flop of 2019? Tibbs, take it away.
Harvard dropout, Lil Pump, straight to Jaren's heart.
Ooh,
Yeah, I didn't mind it, but I didn't think it was
Sorry.
that good.
back in the day, that was your
That was your
ride or die.
A year
I'm
ago,
not
that was
even
my
picking
guy.
on you like that. I just know you messed with him.
Lately,
He's just
I don't know
trash.
about him. He's been very questionable lately.
That's what I mean when it comes to like the Choppas or whatever of the world. Like I feel like
He's different though.
I don't think so because I think
He's very different. You got to kind of dive into his
Yeah,
music a
I
little
mess
bit.
with Chop.
I think Little Pump in another year or two. I think he's gonna kind of be on the riff-raff status. Like he's just
I think
gonna
he's
be.
gonna be more of like an Instagram
Yeah,
comedian type.
yeah.
guy,
I think
setup.
he's had his fair share of moments in the rap game, and I think that's kind of. But
Keep it moving.
I mean, shit. If Tiger can come back, I mean, anybody can.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tiger's. He's yeah.
He has some hits, man.
Yes.
Anyway,
I'll go next.
Yeah.
So for mine, this hurts because I'm a huge fan, but
Oh.
I'd have to give it to Logic.
About fucking time.
Um,
That motherfucker's garbage.
there wasn't anything to be happy about this year with Logic.
I've been telling you, man.
He had-
You want to talk about money grab?
Yeah, his last album was
All of his shit.
No,
Not all,
no,
but a
no,
lot.
no, you gotta chill on that.
A lot.
The book he dropped, I read it. It wasn't that bad. It was a
Man,
decent
fucking
book.
waste of time.
Yeah.
I know
It
I may
wasn't- it
seem
wasn't-
like
I don't read books, but
a Logic hater. I can't put him in that category because I'm not looking really from anything from Logic.
the album was just corny, I guess.
He is
It was-
corny. What are you? How are you gonna expect somebody to drop not corny music when they are corny?
If you listen to his old stuff,
He's got a few records that are alright, but he's had more bad games where I'd put his ass on the bench than games I would start him.
I mean, he had that song with Eminem that was pretty sweet.
I don't give
That-
just because it's Eminem
Yeah,
doesn't mean it's
Lucas.
gonna be hard.
I mean, anything with Eminem's hard, but
Here we go with this. That's not true. There's been records with Eminem that have been duds. Many of the last Eminem projects have not been good.
it was just that one.
Let's just be
It was
honest.
just that one, and he bounced back from that. And he knew it was garbage. That's why he dropped the
Eminem,
Kamikaze album.
really content-wise hasn't, and I respect Al. Lyrically, he's one of the best ever. But
On Earth, he is the best ever right now.
fuck no, he's not.
Yes, he
he's
is.
not better than Jay. Get the fuck out of
Yes, he
here.
is.
No, he's not. How? Give me his shit compared to Jay. If you line it up, I'm taking Jay all day.
Personal opinion, but
Alright.
let me hear yours.
My flop of the year,
Yeah.
I would just put, and this is, I don't know, this is going to be a weird take, but I'm going to put Big Sean just because we didn't get an album. And I really thought October, November, we were going to get a Big Sean album.
Yeah, I can
Compared
that.
to, because we've gotten our J. Cole's, we've gotten our K-Dots, we've gotten our Drakes, right? Big Sean's been that one guy where we've put him in that upper echelon of rap, and he has not delivered in the past few years.
And that's why
And I'm not counting that Metro Boomin shit. That shit's garbage.
that was
Terrible.
I don't get though why did everyone put him in the upper echelon.
He
He
should be, but if you're not gonna drop
I think he's got the potential to be, but he's just been dropping like corny ass stuff.
that Metro Boomin shit was terrible, but everything other than that was hard.
I liked his was it his rookie album?
That was hard.
Finally
You
Famous.
put me hip to
Yeah.
Big Sean back in the day.
Yeah, Finally Famous. That was
Yeah, I still
that was
listen
one
to
of my
that shit on the
favorite.
regular,
Yeah.
but that'd be my flop just because he didn't drop.
So, what do you think as of underrated? Who do you think kind of had the most, I guess, underrated year or the most underrated album of the year? That was kind of brushed aside.
I'll go first. And this gentleman could also be in the light of Rookie of the Year. Now that I think about it, I'd say Roddy Ricch.
Yeah.
I think Roddy
But
Ricch.
his hit just dropped though. Isn't that his first album?
But he put out some stuff earlier in the year where he had that
Yeah, but
every
this is
season,
this-
and
yeah.
I would put him. I think 2020 he might go absolutely nuts. Like I think he
I
might
think
he might
2020
have like a
is
number
weird.
one record.
Yeah, because I mean, his album dropped last week,
Or be a part of
2
one.
weeks ago or something like that.
Because
That's-
he's a guy you can put on a hook. He's a guy that can give you 16. You know, he can do
he can do 32.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's very versatile. He can do a lot.
yeah. Tips. Give us a deep dive.
I'd have to do a female and a male.
Okay.
Okay.
Female, I'd have to say Cupcake.
Goodness.
You almost went to retirement.
Good old
Back down
Cupcake.
about that.
About half of them
We
probably
wanna-
don't even know who that is. Go look at
We want to talk
Instagram or some
about
YouTube.
our experience.
Oh,
No, that
we were
I
live.
was forced at gunpoint to
That-
go.
Yeah,
That's
right.
some bullshit.
I want that money. Show
They
us
were
up.
like
Look at him.
$2.50 tickets.
Man, that's some
I was
funny
forced to
shit.
go,
He
and-
all salty now because
We-
he didn't win that fucking money.
We
Yeah,
went.
she was giving away like How much was it?
She put out.
She advertised it as 30 grand every show, or 10 grand or something
10 grand,
like that.
yeah.
And we get there and she's handing out like $500. I'm like, come on, you waste my
These
time.
motherfuckers didn't read.
Man.
Suing her for false advertising.
They said the whole tour.
Yeah, that was some bullshit, man. But okay, so who are you going with for your male, bro?
Male, I'd have to say Joyner Lucas.
Yeah, he didn't drop an album though. I mean, yeah,
Underrated artist.
he's definitely one of the biggest artists that's blown up this year or last year, if you want to count the
I don't think so.
YouTube music.
I don't think so.
Why not?
He hasn't blown up.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Jordan Lucas he's like one of the biggest, like,
He's a great lyricist, but his music is not blown up.
I know. He's a great lyricist, and he's probably one of the best at making visuals for his music. Have you seen like some of his music?
Yeah,
That is crazy.
I'm not denying his shit's hard, but
that's like next level. Like,
he hasn't, I think, reached his peak yet.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why. Well, this next album, I think it's called ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really gonna blow him up and put him on the map as, you know, one of the bigger artists.
Right.
But just from previous stuff that I've watched from him in the past, like his visuals for his music, his storytelling, his everything like that, his lyrics, his rhyme schemes, he's got that potential. He's very talented.
I think what he's still kind of lacking in a way is, and I think a lot of lyrical rappers tend to do this, is it's rather difficult for them to have the formula to make a great song. Not saying he hasn't made great songs, but when you look at guys who are extremely lyrical and can rap their asses off, if you look at when they try and go in and make a song, I mean, the general public isn't really looking for crazy bars all the time. I am. I mess with that heavy, but you know,
I
you
like catching things.
yeah, you got to be able to, you know,
break it down a little bit.
yeah, make a hook, or sometimes maybe
That's why
finally simplify it a little bit. But, and I think Joyner's one of those guys that's figuring that out, and he has figured that out over time, and that's why I think that's a great pick. I think that's it. Yeah, go ahead.
You're probably gonna disagree with this a lot, but I'm gonna have to give it to NF on his new album. I know you didn't listen. I'm hip to that, but
I just want to know why you listen to these garbage rappers.
For real?
garbage. What's garbage about them?
Man, it's just trash.
How though?
It just is.
Bro.
I don't know how.
I don't know how.
It's lyrical. It's got the, you know, it's got emotion in it. It's got the you know, the lyrics. It's very versatile. He's either rapping fast, singing,
The
doing
emotions.
his newer style stuff. Like, I don't know. It's all different to me. It's very versatile. I think his album is very underrated. So
I don't even want to go there with you right now because I don't listen to him, so it's not something I can necessarily talk on. That's just not for me. I'm not denying the dude has talent. He can sell out arenas. Good for him.
Without, you know, swearing and stuff. He don't swear in his music.
Good for him. But
That's yeah.
I'm cool on him. I'm cool. So if we look back at 2019, let's give, before we close out episode 1, let's give the listeners kind of a look into not just music, but us here at the By Popular Demand podcast. If we look back at 2019, you know, let's talk about some of our, you know, personal W's. Like, come on, Jaron, get your shit off. What's some of your...
pass it off to you first.
Me? W.
Me.
Definitely getting into college, man. Getting up at Michigan State. That's a huge W.
Yeah, that's a big W.
Especially I was on the waiting list, getting bumped. That was...
He was stressing.
I was really stressing.
In a sweat.
But looking at it now, if I had to go this semester and start, it'd be extremely difficult. So I'm blessed that I got bumped. 2019 for me personally was a fantastic year. Had a lot of good things happen. I met a lot of cool people. Got the hell out of PH. Got the hell out of there. So yeah, 2019 for me was a great year. Tips?
Just talking W's.
Just talking W's.
Well, about to get my associates.
Yeah.
Pass my classes. That was one
We're-
hell of a chore.
Yeah, we're college kids.
Yeah.
We don't have like extreme financial shit going on yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We college kids. For us, like passing a really hard class is like that Christmas bonus. That's what it's equivalent to.
I mean, if
Pretty
we want to talk
much.
about some financial shit, I don't got a boo, so I save that coin.
Yeah. Hey, I'm
Word.
booed up, so
Word.
I know how that
Of course,
goes.
they got to get a job right after we done, but you know, we got to talk about that. Yeah, I spent all my money.
2019 started off a little rough, but once I hit, once I turned 18, started getting more W's.
Grown man.
Yeah, been grown, but
Shit, fuck out of here.
no, it was actually a very.
You had a very up and down year, I feel like.
It was overall. I'd give it like a B, probably.
I think a B's.
I think
a
it's
good-
finished pretty.
I think
good.
I'd give it more of a B minus because you wanted to get the hell out of Michigan in general. You didn't want to stick around for that middle college.
Yeah, but I was kind of forced to. so
Right. It's kind of like
They kind of got you by the balls on that one.
yeah, yeah. That's why I never did that, man. Because I don't like to be locked into something.
Yeah.
I like to kind of be able to go with the flow and whatever
Mm-hmm.
comes, and it's there.
But
It's free though.
it's been finished my classes with some good grades this semester.
Right.
Started the podcast. So
Yeah.
It's been a very
Yeah.
I'd say a very good last 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months ish. It's been very good. So I'd probably give it a B minus or a B on that one.
Yeah.
Not too bad of a year.
If we're doing grades, I'd give it an A. Because L's, I mean, my biggest L I took this year was my professor not rounding up my grade when I was 0.1 off. And I blew up his email about it, but what the fuck ever. If you're listening, fuck you. But hey, you're a Cleveland fan. I hope the Browns never win shit. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. So, yeah, I'd give it an A though. All jokes aside, man, I'd give it an A. I'm really excited for 2020, and
I feel like 2020 is gonna be big.
it's nuts to me, and I talk about this with my aunt all the time, just how quick time has really gone by.
Yeah.
I feel the other day we were still in middle school, and we were still, doing all the shit middle schoolers do, and now
I don't miss that shit at all.
we're grown
Middle
adults.
school's the worst.
Middle
I
school's
disagree.
fun.
No, middle school was fire.
Middle
High
school
school was terrible, but middle school was fire.
Middle school was fun.
Middle school was fire because you're still at that age where you can do some immature shit and they kind of look at you and they're like whatever. But once you get to high school, it's like they start tripping.
Still doing immature shit.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot of people, but yeah, 2020 is gonna be. I got a good feeling about it.
yeah. That wraps up our recap here of 2019 at By Popular Demand. Remember, episodes drop every Wednesday throughout the new year.